Joe Biden signs the bill to raise the debt ceiling officially. We all knew this was coming. It was all theatrics, man. You know what I mean? And I just want each and every one of you to remember who signed that bill. Uh, I was telling Jimmy yesterday, I think, that I'm pretty naive when it comes to people, right? Like I have this very trusting personality, I guess, and I've been like that my whole life because I consider myself a decent person or whatever. I try to just do unto others what I want them to do to me. And I sometimes feel like everybody is like that. But now I'm starting to get very, very cynical, especially being around this stuff and talking about politics and stuff like that. And I've gotten burnt in my life because of that. A lot of people that I thought were good friends that I trusted, pretty much screwed me over. And like I said in the other video, the one that really, really disappointed me was Marjorie Taylor Greene, man. I mean, everything that she was doing, I thought she was an America First politician. I really did. When she first came in, she was talking about, Brandon needs to be, impeached and stuff like that, and all the things that she's been doing, fighting for America and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I completely uh, don't like her anymore. I still like what she stands for when it comes to that, but I just can't trust her anymore. I don't even know if she's telling the truth now because she signed this bill, and the proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. And also Marjorie Taylor Greene too. She asked for the impeachment just recently, a couple of weeks ago, of a lot of high ups here in the government, including Brandon. And speaking of Brandon, did you see the did you see that speech he did when he was reading off the teleprompter? My gosh, man, this country is, oh man. And then him falling down and stuff like that. You know, people are making fun of him and stuff. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I really don't. Even though he's to me, in my opinion, he's a pure evil person. He's just absolutely evil and corrupted. I don't think every politician is evil and corrupted. Most of them are. And I'm going to make a video on one specific one that I definitely have trust in because of his policies and everything he says and actually what he does and things like that. But let's talk about this debt ceiling. What does it mean? Well, we're basically at $32 trillion in debt. My God, $32 trillion. Do you guys know how much $1 trillion is, by the way? Anyways, we don't even, our minds can't even grasp how much money that is. Okay. So what does this mean? They didn't really raise the debt ceiling to a certain amount. They put a time limit on it, until 2025. The next president, whoever comes in, whether it's Donald Trump or if they, they select Brandon again. I won't say what I want to say. You know what happened in 2020. They're estimating it's going to be raised up by $3.5 to $4 trillion, and of course, Brandon didn't talk about that in his in his speech. It's I watched it. I tried to watch the whole thing, but it's sad, man. It's just we're in a sad economy, and again, I love me some Donald Trump. I like Ron DeSantis too. I like Robert F. Kennedy, but those guys aren't going to save us either, because they're in the fiat world. And I'll get into that in a second. But what is this going to do? Well, this is going to speed up stuff, ladies and gentlemen. The government cannot stop spending. This is why I tell people, don't be on any kind of party when it comes to Democrats and Republicans, because none of them give a shit about you. Excuse my language. They just don't. And when someone calls themselves a conservative, even though I can't stand the people that, how can I say this, that control the left, because Democrats didn't used to be this bad, right? But now that this cabal is controlling and doing all the stuff with the trans and the, because it's June, it's Pride Month now, and all this stuff going on, you know what I'm talking about, all the stuff with the Target and all the stuff that's going on. At least you knew where they were coming from, right? It's like, those people, how they are. But with the Republicans, they're like wolves in sheep clothing. They claim to be conservative. What are you conservative about? You're not fiscally conservative because you print money too. Just because you only want to print 1.2 trillion versus 1.7 that the Democrats does, that doesn't mean you're fiscally conservative. You know, they don't want us to have stuff like this, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want us to have finite rare silver and finite platinum. I have platinum too, by the way. Lamont reminded me I didn't talk about platinum. In Bitcoin, they don't want to have that. We don't do any altcoins over here, and I don't knock anybody that does altcoins. By the way, if you like alternative coins, I have people asking me about that all the time. Let me clear the air here. I don't have any alternative coins. I just don't. I spend all my time buying rare silver and Bitcoin, and that's it. Hard money. I don't mess with any kind of casino chips because that's what they are. But anyways, what's this going to do? Right, raising the debt ceiling, meaning they have an unlimited checkbook. They just have the open checkbook. So do you think people that are human beings, of course, that are imperfect and greed and all this other stuff, because they just showed you they don't give a you know what about you by signing this bill. They just care about the people that selected them and the people that are paying them their check. They got paid a lot of money to do this, to sign this bill. This bill is terrible for America. Absolutely terrible. Inflation is going to come big time because people, these politicians and stuff like that, they are going to be spending like it's nobody's business, and they have a time limit now. It's not a hey, you can only spend, we only raised the debt ceiling from 32 trillion to 33 trillion, which is a lot of money. If you had a year and a half or whatever, I think it's January 2025. If you had a year and a half to spend $1 trillion, that's still a lot of money, but not in today's society, not in today's politics, not in today's world. $1 trillion is nothing. They're estimating if they keep spending the way they are now, it's between 3.5 and 4 trillion. And I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, they will spend more than that. They will spend more than that because there's a time limit on it now. It's not a debt ceiling where they say, hey, the ceiling is you can only spend this amount. It's a time limit debt ceiling. That's a big difference, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to put us further and further in debt. And like I said in the other video, those are fiat problems. We are still in the fiat world, but I'm trying my best to live in the new paradigm shift, and the new paradigm shift is Bitcoin, because that is the only closed source money in the world and is digital. And when they move over to the central bank digital currencies, that's going to even be worse than physical cash, right? And debit cards and stuff like that they can print and just print dollars on the screen of your bank account and stuff like that. Because again, what is it? Reserve banking. When they break it up and you only put you put $1,000 in the bank, and then they can lend out they can lend out 900. I think they can lend out 1,000 now. Fractional reserve banking. Yeah, that's it. That's a way of the banks print money. So you got the government printing money, the Fed, the banks. It's crazy. There's only 21 million Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. There's only a certain amount of ounces of silver and gold and platinum, if that's what you're into, right? Get yourself some hard money. Take all those diluted dollars, and then they're suppressing the price of Bitcoin and the things that we like in silver and gold and platinum and stuff like that, and they're inflating everything else. Buy as much as you can, ladies and gentlemen, and get ready for the new paradigm shift. And I highly suggest you guys to take a look at Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin says this: don't trust, verify. Go ahead and look it up, and it's coming, ladies and gentlemen, whether we like it or not. The CBDCs, and the reason why they created CBDCs for two reasons. One, because they want to complete and utter control of us. They just do. And the most important thing, I believe, is because of Bitcoin. It's to fight against Bitcoin because they know Bitcoin is coming. But they don't understand that when the CBDCs do come out, it's going to be a promotion for Bitcoin. We are headed into a whole new world, ladies and gentlemen, with this artificial intelligence going on. This stuff is crazy. I heard I think 4,000 or 40,000 people last month lost their jobs due to artificial intelligence. And then you got these girls on OnlyFans and all this other stuff actually creating fake girls, and it's a whole bunch of stuff going on with artificial intelligence, and it's going fast. I don't like artificial intelligence. I think, why would you make a technology that can completely destroy the world? That's how I feel about it, and destroy humanity, or have the possibility to do that. But whether I like it or not, it's coming, right? And as much as I love gold and silver and platinum and stuff like that, we're not going to transact in it. And that's why I got Bitcoin, because I know that's the new digital age coming. That's the only thing that's going to help us in these fiat, this evil fiat world we're living in, where they basically just print the money. I'm actually working on another video now that I'm editing. I started doing it yesterday, so I'm gonna post that later on today. But I just wanted to touch on the the debt ceiling raising, and they are going to print money like it's nobody's business. And if you think inflation was bad in 2021 and 2022, buckle up, because it's going to get worse.